Hello, I'm Claire Louise here from BeHealing.com. I've made a new pick a card read for you. This one's about your love life, but it's about what's coming up for you that you're not expecting. So there's going to be a surprise coming up. Let's find out what it is. Now, I've made 3 readings here, Crystal, Flower and the Shell. Each one of them has got a deeper dive to it. That's an extended reading that goes with it. If you find that it is your story, could be a story, want it to be a story, then you might want to get that for even more. If you do, toward the end of these readings, I'll be popping a link for it up there. You can also find a link for that in the description box and in the comments below. Now, this is a timeless reading. Whenever you get into this video, it's good to go. This is when you need to hear it, so trust in that. And all you need to do now is take your pick. Which one would you like? You also need to know that I've got a prize draw every single month for a free reading with me. First prize draw is for those of you that click like on this video and leave a comment, and also click that subscribe button. You do that on all my videos, or many videos. That'll get you many entries in. Second is by purchasing the deeper dives to this. Would you like the crystal? The crystal is out with the communication card. Would you like the flower? The flower is out with the healing card. Or would you like the shell? And the shell is out with the codependency card. So take your pick now, and don't forget to click like. Before you click off down there, click that subscribe button if you're new and leave a comment. That'll get you an entry into that prize draw. Now, I do today's tarot every single day of the year on my other channel, which is called Be Healing Tarot. I would love to have you as a subscriber there. I also go live 3 times a week on that channel too as well. And I give a manifestation masterclass in there live. And I also give 1-question readings as well in there. Now you can book in for one of those 1-question readings at any time on my website, BeHealing.com. Find a link for that in the description box below and also on up there too. You don't need to be able to make it live because I do all the pre-book readings right at the start of the next live show and then send you the link to the replay. And so you can always watch that back. And I also offer private readings from my website, BeHealing.com, and I get those out within 48 hours of you ordering them, and you can find those. A link for that in the description box and in the comments below as well. And so take your pick now, crystal, flower or shell, and I will see you in your reading. So if you chose the crystal and this one's for you, crystals, let's find out what's coming for you that you don't expect. I've got this feeling like there's something coming out of the blue for us, and it might surprise us. So let's find out what it is for you guys. If you've been having that feeling too, this is the video for you for sure. Crystals, as usual, there's going to be a deeper dive to this. And that is an extended reading that goes with it. If you find that it is your story, could be a story, want it to be a story, you might want to get that for even more. If you do, toward the end of the reading, I'll be popping a link for it up there. There's also a link for that in the description box and in the comments below. So let's get into it and find out what this thing is that's coming that you least expect. What is about to happen. So you got the threshold card. It's about to happen, and it's going to delight you. So yours is a positive surprise. Wow. Well, let's find out what it is. What is it that you're not expecting, crystals? What is it that they're not expecting that is about to happen that will delight them? Relaxation, something that's going to allow you to put your feet up and really relax you. Something perhaps special. Is someone treating you to something? Spa day or something like that. Taking you away somewhere. Giving you a special treat so that you can relax. We've got ambition and dance. Interesting. So it's beyond the horizon, dance, you know? I don't know. Someone could be taking you away. It could be about that, or it could just be about doing something really enjoyable, something that you always wanted to do. Oh, let's find out more. We've got the Emperor, divine masculine involved in this. So there's a man involved. And you've got the 7 of Potions. You could be confused about choices. And a Queen of Needles. Boundaries. Interesting. Now, I wonder if you're going to have a resistance to saying yes to this thing. Let's see. What's this Emperor got to do with the price of fish? Why have we got the divine masculine here? So there's a man involved, the 9 of Swords, and it causes you anxiety. Okay, so the person that asks you, the person that is giving you this thing, it's a positive thing, but you're not so sure about that person. So if you say yes to this, whatever they're trying to do for you, what does it mean? What are they going to want from you? You know, it could be something like that. causing you a bit of anxiety, the masculine energy. So there's something about that, about accepting from this particular person, this thing. So you're not sure, like the 7 of Potions, the 3 of Swords. Now, this doesn't have to be your heart breaking. This could be about breaking their heart too. You know, sometimes, even if we're offered nice things, if somebody's got feelings for you and you don't have feelings for them, sometimes we just need to say no, because they might think it's leading to something. Do you know what I mean? And we're going to end up breaking their heart. And so, oh, and this is complicated, but it says it's all good and sacred space. So it's all good for you to take up space and sacred space. I don't know whether this is saying take a step back or what. Queen of Needles. There's a need to have boundaries, and that could just be about being clear. Like, oh, that's lovely. Thank you so much for doing that for me, but let's just be clear about this. I'm not interested in you in a romantic way. You know, it could be boundaries, like setting clear boundaries about it like that. It's like, sure, I'll go away with you, but can we have separate rooms? You know? Or you won't be sleeping in the same bed. Something like that. Queen of Pentacles. So ensure your stability. And the 9 of Wands, because you've healed yourself and you're almost at the end of that chapter. So it's something that you've learned, and it's possibly about having boundaries too. We don't need to say no to the good things, but we do need to be clear about where our boundaries are. So this could be something for you, crystals, to continue learning and put into practice what you have learned about boundaries. So past, present and future, and feminine energy. So you're open to receiving, but you've also got boundaries to be really clear about, like, what you will give, what you won't give, what it means, what it doesn't mean, that kind of thing. So it seems promising, doesn't it? So let's find out a little bit more then. I think it's someone that's got feelings for you, you see. Tell us about them. Tell us about this person that's offering this thing. Soulmate. Your soulmate is already with you in spirit. Believe this and they'll manifest physically. So I'm just getting this feeling that you don't need to say no to doing nice things with people. But, like, I'm not sure that this is your person, you know? And I think you're not sure. Well, I think you're sure that it's not your person. What's this? Detoxify. Getting rid of toxic elements out of your life, and you could be going really well with that at the moment. And as I said, we don't need to say no to things. We can say yes to things, but also have clear boundaries around it too. Have patience. Passion. Your passion is coming. That true one for you is coming. The one with it all. Guarded and communication. Yeah. So there's something about the boundaries here. You're having a guarded heart with this person and having to actually communicate that to them. Not communicating that your heart is guarded, but just making sure that there's clear boundaries in place if you're saying yes to this person. You know, so it's like somebody asking you out to dinner or to an event. It could be that, you know, I'm going to this event. Would you like to come with me? As your +1, and you might say, oh, that would be lovely, I'd love to do that, but let's just make one thing clear, or maybe not say it like that, but do you mean as a date? Because I don't really feel that way about you, but I'd love to go as a friend. You know, it's something like that. Fear of inadequacy and grace. Now there's this feeling within you, fear of inadequacy and grace. As something coming up for you of like, I really should say no to that. I'm not allowed nice things because there's always like something else involved in it, you know? And you don't need to do that. You can draw up the boundaries and communicate those clearly, right? Because it could be that this person just really wants to go with you as a friend as well. Even if they've got romantic intent, they might go, oh, well, okay, it's not going to be romantic, and that's okay. Do you know what I mean? It could be that there's not that much riding on it for them, and if you just assert that boundary, then they'll be fine with that. Now, some people don't, you know. Some people you can assert boundaries with and say to them, be really clear about that it's not romantic, but they still hold a hope kind of thing and they go with it, and you have to keep on asserting that boundary, and that can be a kind of a bit draining, but at least you get practice. Look at it that way. See the positive side of it. At least you get practice at upholding that boundary. That's a good thing, right? What do they want to say to you? I'm so sorry. Oh, before. I'm afraid of commitment. But that's all right. What else? This is the end. I'm not ready. Interesting, right? So it feels like it's someone willing, but then what? What is it that they want then? Not commitment, that's it. Not ready. This is the end. Perhaps it's the last time they're going to offer you something. Is that what they mean? I don't know. Could be someone that is, you know, continually wanting something with you, and you're not up for it. Childhood wounding is influencing my actions, but they still want a part of it. And that could be because you've got a healing presence for them. It could be that. And so their wounds are kind of always attracting them to you. I'm sending you loving energy. Can you feel it? You're on their mind. I wish I could turn back the clock and do things over. So yeah, it's definitely someone that you've had interactions with in the past, let's put it that way. It could be someone that keeps on trying to ensnare you romantically. It could be that. But anyway, it seems like it's something that's about to happen, which is very positive, something that you'd say yes to, but it's got a complication about the person that is asking you to do it. And you need to know that it is part of your lesson in boundaries and upholding that, especially communicating about that. Well, if that sounds like it is your story, could be a story, wanted to be a story, you might want to get that deeper dive for even more, because in the deeper dive, I'm going to go into even more guidance for you in this situation, how to deal with it. Let's see what the guides say. And guidance for you, this relationship. What are the dynamics for you guys in this relationship? Is there more that you need to know about for this relationship? And also how this might all play out with possible timelines. If you're interested in that, I'll pop a link for up there, and there's also a link for that in the description box and in the comments below. It's 20 Australian dollars, which is about 15 American dollars right now, and it's an instant watch kind of a thing. You do need to type your email address in very carefully, because if you get that wrong, you won't receive it. Now the email, it might end up in your inbox, but it might end up in your spam, junk, or promotions folder. Do check those places. In that email, you will see a link to the crystal, the flower, and the shell. Click on the crystal on a device that you can open PDFs with. In that PDF, amongst other things, you'll see a picture of a video, and when you click on that, if it doesn't take you right away to a video, just try it on a different device and it will. So thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to click like before you click off down there. Click that subscribe button if you're new, and leave a comment. That'll get you an entry into a prize draw to win a free reading with me at the end of the month. So good luck with that. Do check out my other channel as well, because you do the same thing on Be Healing Tarot. On the videos on there, that'll get you an entry in too. As we'll get in that deeper dive read as well, that'll get you an entry into the second draw too. So good luck with winning all of those. But if this is where you're leaving me, good luck with this situation. And if you're coming with me to that deeper dive or even more advice, then I'll see you in there very shortly. If you chose the flower, then this one's for you, flowers. Let's find out what you're least expecting. What aren't you expecting that's about to happen in your love life? Let's see. Now, as usual, flowers, there's going to be a deeper dive to this. That's an extended reading that goes with it. If you find that it is your story, could be a story, want it to be a story, then you might want to get that for even more. If you do, toward the end of the reading, I'll be popping a link for up there, and there's also a link for that in the description box in the comments below. So what is it that's coming for flowers that they're least expecting? What aren't flowers expecting? That one's coming out. Ooh, something that brings change in. You got the bringer of change. Now, is it positive change? Is it negative change? Well, let's find out. But it's going to bring change. So if a certain relationship between you and someone is not moving forward, or not, either progressing or ending, it could be the catalyst for that. We're going to get the catalyst card out now. It wouldn't surprise me. That's what it's feeling like. No, vulnerability. Vulnerability. Interesting. There might be a need for you to be vulnerable. Now, this might be a situation in which you thought that you were like on top of it, in control or something like that. But it might be that there's a situation, relationship that requires you to be vulnerable, to be more vulnerable than you've been. And you've got self-care behind that, to take care of yourself. Okay, well, something's going to change. Something is going to change that hasn't been changing. Let's find out more. Tell us more about this, please. You have the Three of Potions. Okay. Three of Potions is the Three of Cups. It is about third parties, about someone wearing another hat, perhaps pretending to be something that they're not, a third party involved, and there's change happening. Temperance could be something that you've been waiting for. Okay, this is starting to make more sense. Perhaps a situation that you felt vulnerable because they've got all the control because they're in a third party situation, so it's a no-go. You've been having to look after yourself, the self-care card. Eight of perhaps pulling away from them to take care of yourself because it's an impossible situation because there's a third party. Then you've got the Eight of Needles, feeling trapped, and the Nine of Candles, healing yourself. No, Eight of Candles, sorry, directly communicating. So the Eight of Needles, that is when you feel trapped, like there's nothing that you can do, like you're not in control of something. Something just keeps on going around in circles because it's not you that needs to make a change. Now, I don't know, because with that vulnerability card, I'm getting perhaps that you do need to be vulnerable, and that could create the change. Anyway, it's got something to do with communication. It's got something to do with communication that's going to set you free out of a trap. It doesn't have to be your communication. In fact, I'm getting it's kind of not your communication. So, Three of Potions, third party, tell us about it. What is this third party situation? Something you've been hopeful about, the Empress, something you feel like you deserve. I mean, I wouldn't have said you deserve the third party situation, but perhaps someone that you feel you deserve to be with. So you're hoping that you're the divine feminine in this situation. So perhaps someone you feel a close connection with, but they're in a third party and you've had to back off to take care of yourself. Tell us what's behind this. And it was a struggle. So you've got a connection with this person and it's a struggle. This is the same old story that I've been reading for a very long time now. It could be for a few years now. Anyway, Temperance, you've been waiting on this. It's these ones. It's the Five of Cups along with the Sun. This person could really make you happy, but they could really have been making you feel quite miserable. Could have been lots of tears shed about this. Yeah, so there's a possibility of great happiness with this person. You've been waiting for that, but this is the feelings that they've truly been giving you. It's heartbreak, you know, and not that happiness. You're waiting for the happiness to come from the disappointment, but it's more than that. It's like regrets or something like that. It's ouch. This ascension is behind that. So raising vibrations. Now, what does that mean? You're waiting for them to raise the vibration and get themselves out of a relationship? Or are you waiting for you to raise your vibration to know what you truly deserve? It's always tricky, isn't it, when we've got what seems to be, what is, in fact, a mismatch of energy. When things aren't flowing, it's because it's not a true match, is it? And if we're waiting for it to be a true match, what aren't we seeing? Like, what aren't we seeing there? Like, waiting for them to change. But are we really waiting for ourselves to change? Eight of Needles and the Eight of Candles. So communication that gets you out of a trap. The Ten of Cups, happily ever after. Eight of Wands, there's the communication again. And the Seven of Pentacles, what they're investing in. The Ten of Cups, investing in the heart. So that it could be that you're hearing from this person that you've given up on, you've had to pull away from to take care of yourself because it was a no-go kind of thing because of a third party. But you could be hearing from them. It will be something about them investing in their heart now or something like that. I mean, it's not a clear, like, I'm getting divorced or something like that. I would know the cards that would be saying that. But this is more of a fluffy, I want to choose my happiness, I want to choose my heart, that kind of thing now. It seems like it's just emotional platitudes to me, you know, rather than something solid of them getting out of a third-party situation. There's changes happening, okay? There's changes happening. Cat. Okay, well, let's find out more about this person. Let's get into their energies. What's going on here? So you could have really written this person off, you know, if it's been a very long time and they're just not doing anything. So that could be why it'd be a surprise to hear from this person. They're saying that some change is happening, they're choosing the heart now or something like that. They're investing in that, in their own happiness. I don't know, I just don't see anything solid though. There's changes indicated, but as I said, I would know the cards that would be like a solid thing about that, you know, a solid choice. Let there be closeness between you, but always give each other space. Love never claims, it simply allows and gives. Okay, so don't hold your hopes on what it is that they tell you here. Don't see it for more than it is. As I said, I don't see actual change here. I just see the glimmer of a hope of a change and them talking about emotions and stuff like that. So let there be closeness between you, but give them space. It's don't read too much into it. Give them space. It's like, oh, that's good. I wish you well with that. Come to me when you've actually made a change. That sounds really bitchy. I don't mean it to be like that, you know, but have that kind of an energy. Give them space to do it. Don't get involved yet. They're not out of it yet. Take a breather. Yes, back off, back off, back off. Don't read in too much to it. So open your arms and all of that kind of thing, because you're going to get disappointed then. If you give them the energy, let's put it this way. If this person doesn't need to create change in their life in order to have your attention, if all they need to do is talk about the heart and a bit fluff like this, and then you switch back onto them again and giving them your energy, they're going to rest and not make that change, not make the change in their life. You don't want to do that. You don't want, they've got to earn, right, your attention by actually making the changes. So give them space to do that if they're going to do that. I don't know. Like, as I said, I think I've been reading this energy for years now. And in years, it's not changed, right? Healing and a spark. So there's a spark between you, but this is more of a healing kind of a relationship. So yes, it seems that they need to create change in their life. It seems that they're not doing it, but at least they're kind of making moves to listening to the heart now. That's a good thing, right? But it's not enough for you. You want someone that's actually available and investing in a relationship. So even though this might make you feel vulnerable to go, that's nice, I wish you well. You know? Yeah, using and risk. It is risky, right? They're using you. They want a bit of energy from you. Let me tell you something. I had an affair one time in my life. The only time I've ever cheated on anybody was when I was married. And I had an affair, and I realized, and I told my boyfriend, my lover, when I realized this, that he was the only person keeping my marriage together. Because if I didn't have him filling in the gaps, so to speak, of what my heart was missing, then I would have to have faced that things were missing in my marriage and do something about it. But while he was giving me attention, didn't need to do anything about it. So of course, my lover finished it, and that was a good thing. Because I said that, you know, and then I had to actually sort the marriage out, well, divorce, and get out of that. And that was the right thing to do. And that's why I would never do it again, because I had that realization, that understanding in myself as I was doing it. Now, in that same way, don't be the one that is giving this person attention that allows them to stay in this situation, this stagnant situation, and perhaps recognize that you are being that, and so you're enabling them to stay where it is and not choose for themselves. So they're believing that this is a twin flame relationship, that you're kind of destined to be together. Now, that could be because this is a healing relationship. In other words, they're drawn to your healing energy. You're drawn to them because you can see that they're kind of messed up and they're in a bad situation and they're not choosing the heart. So your heart goes out to them, wanting to help them, kind of thing. Be careful of that. I can see myself with you in the future. In the future. And it could always be in the future, you know. I abandon people to make myself feel important. So there's this needing them for, not, it's validation, but it's just, it's attention. It's attention is what it is. And so you're the object of their attention seeking at the moment to fill the gaps. And other people have been that before. Other people have been that before, and it feels like this person might have been in this situation for a very long time pre-you and done this to someone else too, had someone else there as the outside this marriage kind of a thing to enable them to stay in this marriage. Oh, okay. And then they abandon them. Perhaps if, you know, someone draws the line in the end, they're like, no, sorry, I can't do it. You know, if someone actually gives them an ultimatum, they'll be like, sorry, I can't make the changes. You inspire me in so many ways. But this is a healing relationship. You see, they're drawn to your energy. And that could be very enticing for your ego. It's nice when people are drawn to our energy in that kind of a way. Twin flame journey. So they are really believing this is a twin flame thing. And telepathic bond. You feel you've got a very close connection between you. And unhealthy habits and behaviors. But yeah, not healthy, not healthy. I do feel like we've got an enabling situation going on here, and you might not have realized that you're enabling this person not to move by giving them attention when they ask for it or put it your way. So if that sounds like it is your story, could be a story, want it to be a story, you might want to get that deeper dive for even more. In the deeper dive, in that extended reading, I'm going to go into guidance for you in this situation. And so let's get some more guidance out, see what the guides say you need to do about this. Guidance for you in this relationship. What are the dynamics between you? What's going on here? What is this relationship all about? Let's find out. And how this might all play out with possible timelines. If you're interested in that, I'll pop a link for it up there. And there's also a link for that in the description. Can't speak. Also a link for that in the description box and in the comments below. It's 20 Australian dollars, which is about 15 American dollars right now. And it's an instant watch kind of a thing. You do need to type your email address in very carefully, because if you get that wrong, you won't receive it. Now, the email might end up in your inbox, but it might end up in your spam, junk, or promotions folder. Do check those places. In that email, you will see a link to the crystal, the flower, and the shell. Click on the flower on your device that you can open PDFs with. In that PDF, amongst other things, you'll see a picture of a video. When you click on that, if it doesn't take you right away to a video, just try it on a different device and it will. Cat's getting feisty. She's getting a bit playful. Hey. Hey. She's a bit playful. Okay. And so if this is where you're leaving me, good luck with all of this. And don't forget, if you do get that deeper dive with me, then you'll be getting an entry into that prize draw, the second prize draw. So good luck with winning that. But if this is where you're leaving me, good luck with all of this. Coming with me to that deeper dive read, then I'll see you in there very shortly. So if you chose the little shell, and this one's for you, little shells, let's find out what's the surprise that's coming. What aren't you expecting that's coming in for you in your love life? Let's see. Now, as usual, shells, there's going to be a deeper dive to this. That's an extended reading that goes with it. So if you find that it is your story, could be a story, want it to be a story, then you might want to get that for even more. If you do, toward the end of the reading, I'll be popping a link for it up there, and you can also find a link for that in the description box and in the comments below. So getting straight into your reading, what is it you're not expecting? Rituals and offerings. Now, this could be a ceremony of sorts. We could be talking about you being invited along to a wedding or something like that. Rituals and offerings. I'm just getting ceremony. Ceremony, or perhaps a religious congregation thing, or a religious, what do they call it? Like a thing, a religious thing. Rituals and offerings. Ceremony. You got expression. Someone expressing themselves. Ceremony, someone expressing themselves. Got recharge and reflect. Like an inner awareness from you, recharge and reflection on that. Now, what is this? Rituals and offerings. I'm getting like a ceremony. Yeah, expression. Like someone could be asking you to something. And you take a step back to really reflect on that. Now, if it's a religious kind of a thing, you might be wondering whether you really want to do that or not. You know, if it's not like aligned with you and your beliefs, I don't know. So the Chariot, you're pulled in two directions about it. So part of you wants to, part of you doesn't. The Hierophant, we're talking, yeah, that's the same thing. That the Hierophant is like doing things by the book, and it can be tradition, religion, tradition, that kind of thing. The Hierophant is the spiritual teacher or the priest or something like that. Oh, what is it? The devil. There's negative energy around you with this thing. Now, what is this? I don't get it. It's like invited to something, but it's something to do with something that's against your beliefs is what it feels like. The Tower, the Chariot, the Tower. It's like everything could fall apart. I mean, if it's something that you really don't believe in, it could be you that like flips over the tables and stuff like that. Not literally, but that kind of an energy. Perhaps something that you're just not going to be able to be there and not be outspoken about, how you don't believe in it. Okay, this is an example of it. I don't think it's going to be this, or it could be this, but this is an example of it. Say you were invited along to a I don't know if they do this, but this is coming to mind, so I might have heard about it sometime. A Jewish baby naming kind of a thing, but where they remove a part of the boy's body at the same time. And you're like, well, I would love to be there, but I don't know whether I could like go along with it and not stand up for that poor baby. You know, there's truth behind this. So it's something that is directly in conflict with your inner truth. So that's just an example of it, because I'm definitely getting about a ceremony thing. And I mean, I'm just trying to think like what it could be against your inner truth. Like what, there's something here. And the Hierophant, someone thinks that they've got spiritual high ground about this. Two of Cups, and it's your person. It's like the one, oh, Five of Swords. There's conflict about that. Okay, there's a conflict in beliefs here. So this could be a partnership. This could be a new relationship or something like that. But there is a conflict in beliefs here in your inner truths. Now, that conflict could come out. You might be like, oh yeah, it's okay for you to have another religion. But then when it actually comes down to it and you get invited to that thing where you're like, what the hell? I can't go along to that and condone this. It's that kind of a thing. So Two of Cups, are they really a true match when there's all of this conflict about your inner truths? I mean, there's just like some things like are things that are important to us, a certain a moralistic kind of a stance on things that we need to be a match at that level, right? With our values. That's what it is. It's like values. And sometimes it doesn't, yeah, sure, it doesn't matter about the religion, believe what you like, but then there's some values. If the religion goes against your values, and so this is perhaps what you haven't been expecting. It could be, I don't know, there's a lot of religious overtones about this. So healing energy and teaching. Is this a teaching moment? Oh, it could really cause a lot of problems in this relationship, right? If you use it as a teaching moment. Well, you're going to need to tell them your truth and all of that. But I mean, it looks like there's going to be a battle about this, Five of Swords, because they believe something different. The Devil. Eek. So what's this about? King of Cups. They've got feelings for you. Knight of Pentacles. They want to take it slowly. The Four of Swords. And heal this. Okay. Now, can it be healed? Or is this showing you that there is a distinct difference in your value systems? Perhaps both of you think that you're going to change the other person's mind about the beliefs on this, and I really don't think that you are, either of you. What's behind that is growth. Now, it's out with the Devil list. The Devil is about temptations. The Devil is about negative energy. It's about You might be tempted to kind of make a little about this and wash over it. Just be careful of that. As I said, if something is clearly indicating a difference in your values, that is something very important to a relationship. I mean, if you're not aligning on values, if you don't have like a same moralistic kind of approach to life, that I think it's insurpassable in a relationship. It's not about their religion, it's about values. A lot of religions have the same values, right? But some have got differences. And some people within certain religions don't believe in those things too. Do you know what I mean? It's like there can be individual differences. But if this person really believes in that and you don't, and you really believe in something else, that could really be an impasse. Don't know why I'm shuffling them. So tell us more about this situation. This person's obviously got feelings for you. Passion, magnetic, seductive quality surrounds you at present. Enjoy it. So you could be attracting other people in at the moment. Could have a strong pull to this person as well. But don't let it all be about that. I mean, you want everything in a relationship. You want it to be based on values as well. And clear your mind. Yeah, especially if you've got that attraction to them and all of that kind of thing. Just like slap yourself and like, come on, wake up. Don't cave into that. Don't cave into that. There's a sign here that this is like a fundamental difference between you. But there is chemistry between you. It can be tempting to keep things going and think that you can kind of paste over stuff, but we're talking fundamentals here. Oh, codependency. Chemistry and codependency. Codependency is where we stay in something, we're trying to fix it. We think we can try and fix it, fix them, fix it. I don't think either of you are broken. I think this is just a fundamental difference in values. And there isn't one right value and one wrong value. Do you know what I mean? There's different beliefs. I mean, I myself would say that you shouldn't be doing that kind of thing to babies, you know, but I don't know. You see, that's the only situation that I can think of, the only example that I can think of. So I might be cool with other things in religions, like, but you might not be, and that's okay. You might not be. So never enough and naughtiness. Okay, so there's something about making light of this, to just being naughty or something like that. But there's this underlying feeling of like, no, there's never enough. A partner's never enough. I'm going to have to put up with something that's not aligned with me because, you know, I'm not meeting the person that is completely aligned with me and has the same beliefs and all of that. But let me tell you, what's really important in a relationship, values is like up there, top of the list. I would say, wouldn't you? Like, it's really important, so don't negate that. Anyway, I'm in the deeper dive. I'm going to be getting deeper into what the guides want to tell you more about this, you know, guidance for you. It says, please be patient with me. So they might be considering change. I feel I can't give you what you need. Yeah, this person could be pleasing other people as well. And that could be what the codependency is as well. You know, they could be pleasing family and stuff like that by remaining in that. This is the end. I have sexual fantasies about you. Okay, so there's that strong chemistry. We know that. There's a pull between you, but that doesn't make the values thing change. Okay. There's something I'm hiding from you. Yikes. What else? Twin flame journey. Push-pull thing. And water under the bridge. They'll just want to wash over it. I'm going to tell you, they're going to just want to go. It's not that big a deal. But I think perhaps it is a big deal, you know, because if they're believing in something that you really don't believe in, I think that shows a different values kind of thing. And I think it's going to come out in other respects too. You know, in different situations, you could be in different situations with them in the future where something happens and you're just saying, oh, that's terrible. And they're saying, no, it isn't. You know, they take one person's side. I think there's going to be a conflict of the way that you see things in the future too that show that there is a difference in values between you. Okay, well, let's get deeper into it. So if that sounds like it is your story, could be a story, want it to be a story, you might want to get that deeper dive for even more. In the deeper dive, I'm going to go into guidance for you in this situation then. So let's get some more guidance out for you. I kind of told you what I thought about this and what I was picking up on, but we'll see what the guys want to add to this as well. And also, this relationship, what is this relationship all about for you guys? What are you getting out of this relationship? What are they getting out of it? What are the lessons involved in this relationship? And also how this might all play out with possible timelines. If you're interested in that, I'll pop a link for it up there, and there's also a link for that in the description box and in the comments below. It's 20 Australian dollars, which is about 15 American dollars right now, and it's an instant watch kind of a thing. You do need to type your email address in very carefully, because if you get that wrong, you won't receive it. Now, the email, it might end up in your inbox, but it might end up in your spam, junk, or promotions folder. Do check those places. In that email, you will see a link to the crystal flower and the shell. Click on the shell. On a device you can open PDFs with. In that PDF, amongst other things, you'll see a picture of a video, and when you click on that, if it doesn't take you right away to a video, just try it on a different device and it will. So thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to click like before you click off down there. Click that subscribe button if you're new, and leave a comment. That'll get you an entry into that prize draw for a free reading with me at the end of the month. As we'll get in that deeper dive as well, that'll get you entered into that second draw for a free reading with me, and so good luck with winning those. But if this is where you're leaving me, good luck with all of this. And if you're coming with me to that deeper dive read for even more, then I will see you in there very shortly.